is my mindset. I operate on a level of excellence, and you guys need to wake up every single day, and you need to operate on a level of excellence and create your masterpiece.
What's up, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of the Personal Perseverance Project. I'm actually kind of excited, was kind of looking forward, well, not looking forward, feeling that this message is going to be a little bit different today, that this message is going to be different because I'm going to be sharing something personally that I'm going through, but I'm hoping by sharing something that was kind of eye-opening to me that it can help you, maybe help you open your eyes and realize that every single day, that each day is a gift and a blessing. And the most important thing that we can do for ourselves each and every day is taking care of our body, because we only get one shot at this thing called life. There is no warm-up in life. There's no practice in life. And you only get one body. You must take care of it, because if you take care of it, it will take care of you. So why am I saying this? So let me back up. I am somebody, as you guys know that have been following me for a while, that takes my health and fitness pretty seriously. You know, I exercise 6 days a week. I lift weights 5 days a week. I run 3 or 4 days a week, especially in the spring, summer, and fall months. I ran the New York City Marathon last year, and I do it for two main reasons. One is to get the physical benefits of having a healthy, strong body, because I think it's so important that as we age, to make sure that you're using your muscles and you're using your body, because our body is meant to move. And if you don't, as we get older, you will start dealing with things because your body's like, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this muscle. And your body naturally will start going backwards. You know, you're not going to stay strong. So like, I'm not going to get into all the physical benefits of exercise. That's not what this is about. But exercise and health is super important to me. And the other reason it's important to me is the mental benefits, to have good energy, to handle stress better, to be more efficient throughout the day. And this is something I live. This is something I preach. This is something I believe in. So even doing all of these things right, paired with eating a healthy diet. Now, for me, I would say 85% of the time, maybe sometimes 90, but 85% of the time, I eat healthy, whole foods, okay? I don't drink soda every day. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I'll maybe have 2 or 3 beers a month. If I'm out to dinner and I want to have a beer, or maybe on vacation during the summer, out to dinner or at the bar, I'll have a beer or two, but I really don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do any drugs. Like, I live a pretty boring life when it comes to my nutrition and my diet, but it's a lifestyle for me, and I feel it's best for me. Now, with that being said, let me go into the next part, and I need to kind of share that background because it will get into my main point. I also make sure that every year I get an annual physical done. I believe it's super important to go to the doctor to get your body checked. And for me, I don't get it done just once. I get it done twice. And the reason being is I was a first responder on September 11th. I was down at Ground Zero on September 12th, the day after that tragedy that happened all over the country, but specifically for me in New York City. I was down there right there on September 12th, and I worked down there with no days off for weeks on end. I don't think I had a day off for 3 weeks straight. My assignment was escorts, meaning I was bringing supplies and personnel in and out of Ground Zero to the pile, in and out, back and forth, and moving things around. So I was right there working during 9/11. And because of that, there is a World Trade Center monitoring program for first responders, because many first responders, and you may not hear about this unless you are a first responder yourself, many first responders, firemen, paramedics, police officers, and even people that were just down there that were civilians are still getting sick today in 2024 with 9/11 related illnesses, and most more specifically, cancer, all different types of cancer. I have a classmate of mine Trooper Ryan Fortini, who just a few years back died from a 9/11 related cancer all these years later. So for me, I am part of a program where they do an annual physical of me. They do blood work, they do chest x-rays. In early April when I last went, I have to blow in this machine to test my lung capacity because lungs have been, whether it's lung cancer or lungs have been affected from the stuff that we were inhaling during September 11th and the rescue and recovery. So I'm on top of that. And then always about a month later, because it's been every May, I also go to my primary care physician and get an annual physical. So I want to take you to this year's physical. So early April, I go and get my 9/11 physical done. And after my physical's done, I get my blood work results a couple days later. And the doctor sends me the results. And my cholesterol was a little high. Now, you have a total cholesterol, which they want you to be under 200. It's the good cholesterol with the bad cholesterol. So the bad cholesterol is your LDL. The good cholesterol, I think, is HDL. Don't quote me on that, but I know the bad cholesterol because my LDL number was a little bit over 100, which is slightly elevated. Not super high, but it's slightly elevated. Now, I kind of want to let you know what's going on in the background. While this is going on, I also been doing a lot of research and doing a lot of reading about Alzheimer's disease because my dad has recently been diagnosed with having Alzheimer's disease. And I started doing a lot of research and reading, and specifically, I have learned that research is showing that when you eat a ketogenic diet, a keto diet, that it is a great diet to help prevent the onset of Alzheimer's disease. Now, listen, I'm not here to debate or to go into studies or telling you what you need to be doing. Everybody needs to do their own research, but I was reading up on that, and I also wanted to drop a few pounds as we were coming into the summer months. So around the same time I had my 9/11 physical, I started a ketogenic diet, and the research basically with Alzheimer's is, you're limiting sugar and you're limiting carbs, which is something that's directly connected not only to cancer, sugar, but also connected to the things in your brain that start creating and generating, I guess they call it the mutations for Alzheimer's disease. I'm not going to get into all that, but I just want to let you know. So I started a keto diet in early April, and I did that a couple of weeks. Now, there is a clean keto diet and there's a dirty keto diet because the science behind what keto diet basically is that you're eating basically minimal or no carbs, but you still need an energy source. So you eat high-fat foods. And you eat high-fat foods because your body learns to use fats instead of carbs for energy. And it also starts burning fats on your body. So for me, I started doing a ketogenic diet, and there's kind of dirty keto and healthy keto. Dirty keto is you're eating, the non-healthy fats, bacon, and you're eating a lot of fatty foods, right? Whether it's red meat and it's bacon and it's things that really aren't good for your cholesterol, right? Or there's healthy keto, which is that you're eating healthy fats like avocados and nuts and olive oil. So there's healthy keto, and there's healthy keto, and then there's dirty keto. I will tell you that for the month of April, I just started keto and I was eating bacon every day in the morning, but I was dropping 5 pounds. I was feeling great. Everything was good. When the doctor said, hey, you have to monitor your cholesterol, it was a little high, over 100 on your LDL. I didn't think much of it because I knew I was going to my next physical with my primary care physician in early May. So I went to my primary care physician in early May, and I had my blood work done again, and it also came back that my LDL cholesterol was high, but this time it was up another 30-something points. And I directly correlated that to the last couple of weeks of going on keto, but doing a dirty keto per se, because I increased fats and I increased the bad fats. The bacon is a big contributor. I was eating definitely bacon every single day, and I contribute eating the bad fats definitely contributed to the jump into the 140s of my LDL. So I got a letter from my doctor saying that we need to monitor this. We need to change up your diet. And it's funny because they list the standard things. You need to, start exercising. You need to quit smoking. You need to limit alcohol. And we need to tweak your diet. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I exercise every single day. I don't smoke. I barely drink any alcohol. Clearly it's some of my diet, but it's clearly the keto. But I still had in the back of my mind that I was still a little high a month earlier before I even started keto. Now, for me, what is my weakness? So when I say 85% I eat clean, 15% I don't, I have a sweet tooth. So I can go 2 weeks and eat super clean, and then I go to a barbecue and they'll have ice cream, they'll have cupcakes, they'll have sweets, and I'll eat all of it. Like, that's me. When I eat unhealthy sweet foods, like I eat unhealthy sweet foods, I have a sweet tooth. If I go and there's donuts somewhere, we're going to a brunch and there's donuts, I don't have one donut, I have 2, 3, 4 donuts. That is my weakness in a way. Like, that's just the way I've been. But it's not something every day. It's not every week. It's not every other week. Maybe once, twice a month, I may have a sweet tooth and I kind of binge, I guess, in a way. So anyway, I get the cholesterol. It's back a little elevated. Now, when I had my physical with my primary care doctor, I asked about going to see a cardiologist. Why? Because in my late 40s, I'm 47 now, I start hearing about times of healthy, or not even, just other fellow dads or people in their 40s and 50s just dropping dead of a heart attack. One of my close friends in the Beachbody business, super healthy, super fit, had a heart attack, had a widowmaker, and he was getting CPR by his wife for I think like 9 minutes, and he's okay now. But they're really, it kind of came out of nowhere. So I asked the doctor about going to see a cardiologist, and he's like, David, you're not pre-diabetic. And this was when I sat down with him. He goes, you exercise every day. You don't drink. You don't smoke. Your blood work every year, the past couple of years, has been very good. He goes, what we can do is I can send you to get a CT scan to measure if there's any plaque in the 4 main arteries of your heart. He goes, ideally you want a score of 0. He goes, anything above a 0. He goes, then maybe we can consider maybe following up with a cardiologist, but I don't think that's necessary. Now, guys, I want to kind of give you this side piece of information, and I'm sharing this because I'm going to give you what I'm getting at, and I want you guys to know. High blood pressure runs in my family. My dad had it since he was 18 years old, and he was a super fit athlete, also in law enforcement, was on the SWAT team, unbelievably fit, still fit today, even with Alzheimer's, is a healthy person, but he has had high blood pressure. His father has high blood pressure. So even all the things with me, the last 7-8 years, I've been on a super small 5 milligram dose of high blood pressure medication just to keep my blood pressure down because it's genetic, it's hereditary. So I've been doing that. So other than that, my doctor's like, David, you're healthy, you're fit, you're strong. Let's just do this CT scan. Since you're asking for it, let's do it. I go and get the CT scan last week. I get the CT scan last week, and 2 days goes by, and the phone rings on Friday, almost around dinner time, and it's my primary care doctor. And he said, David, I don't know, did you get the blood work results that I sent you? I said, I did, doc, and I saw that my LDL was a little high. It was 140 something. I said, I will tell you, about 3-4 weeks earlier, I had my September 11th physical, and it was about 112, 113. And in those last couple of weeks, I've been doing a ketogenic diet, and the fats that I've been eating are not the healthy fats. He goes, interesting. He goes, all right, so that's something that we definitely want to probably clean up. But he goes, I want to call you also to give you your results of your CT scan of your heart, of the 4 main arteries. He said 3 of the 4 of your main arteries in your heart have the score of 0, have 0 plaque. He said, but your 4th artery, which is, I'm going to forget the technical term, but it's the widowmaker artery. It's the biggest one. He goes, you had a score of 59, 5-9. He goes, it's not extremely concerning. It's not super high. There's people that have 100, 200, 300, 500 higher plaque, but there is some signs of some plaque in your main artery. This completely caught me off guard because my heart as a runner, like my resting heart rate when I'm in bed at night is in the 40s. When I got this CT scan done and I was lying like on the table, and it's kind of like those of you that maybe have had it, or if you ever got an MRI, you lie down, they put you in this machine. When I was lying down, I had my arms up. The nurse that was giving the test was kind of like, "Are you a runner?" And I said, "Yes, I run a few days a week and I lift." She goes, "I can tell." She goes, "You're in here in this test. You went from walking, you quickly lie down, and your heart rate's like 51 right now." She goes, "That is just not normal. Like, you have a very strong heart." And I said, "Yes, I'm a runner." And I knew that because running is something that I've just always been good at. So when I got this result of having some plaque in my heart, it caught me completely off guard. And my doctor said, "David, what I'd like to do is, number one, in this order," he said, "obviously with your keto diet, if you continue with that, you got to switch up the fats." He goes, "Number two is I'd like to put you on a very small dose of cholesterol medication to get your cholesterol down." He said, "Ideally, I'd like to see it under 70. You were around 140, which is not super high. It's slightly elevated." He said, "Take 1 aspirin a day, and then let's follow up and have you go see a cardiologist," which I'm actually going to see the cardiologist this week. He said this cardiologist may, in fact, say, "You know what?" He may do further testing saying you don't need to be on the cholesterol medication, change your diet, you're healthy. He goes, "But in the interim, let's put you on a small dose of cholesterol medication, and then also take 1 aspirin a day to prevent blood clots, God forbid something happen." So guys, this kind of like rocked my world, and I say this because I pretty much do everything right, except for the 1 or 2 times a month that I eat some sweets. Like, I eat healthy, I exercise 6 days a week, I drink nothing but water or club soda, and that's it. And I'm sharing this with you guys, and I apologize for the long story, but I think it's important. I share this with you guys because something I always say when I speak at events after I share the story of losing my best friend is life doesn't always fire a warning shot. When my best friend was shot and killed, there was no warning shot that came out of nowhere. And I feel in a way I just had a warning shot fired. And for me, it's like, okay, like immediately, I'll tell you right now, yesterday and today, I've already cleaned up my healthy fats. I'm eating, and this is another thing I totally forgot to mention to you guys. And again, do your own research. But on average, this is pretty funny. On average, as I take a sip of water, the past year, eat between 4 and 6 eggs a day, whole eggs, sometimes more. And I was doing that to increase my protein. But I have learned that eggs have 187 milligrams of cholesterol in them. And the daily recommended amount that you should have in cholesterol is 300 milligrams. So if I'm eating 4 to 6 eggs a day, do the math, I'm eating between 800 and 1100 milligrams of cholesterol a day, and the recommended dose is 300. So some people may say, I don't believe the eggs, this and that. Listen, but for me, some days I eat 7 eggs or more just for more protein. For me, one glaring thing was, my goodness, I've been eating so many eggs for the past year. It must directly be impacting my cholesterol. So in the last 2 days, I immediately went to egg whites. I immediately am not eating bacon anymore. My healthy fats, I'm having avocado. I'm putting olive oil. I'm having some vegetables because keto, you can have some carbs. So I'm having vegetables. I'm putting olive oil on it. When I have a salad for lunch, I'm drizzling olive oil on it. I'm having nuts and eating mixed nuts, granola, crushed granola. I'm going to healthy fats. I immediately am changing to get my cholesterol down. I'm not messing around with this. And then I'll go to the heart doctor and see. But guys, in a way, this was kind of like a warning shot. And I share this with you because I want you to ask yourself, and I want to ask you right now, and this kind of gets to the culmination of what I'm getting at. You need to go to the doctor. I hear about too many dads and moms that have not got a physical done in years. And so often it's because, I don't need that. I'm young. I'm healthy. I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 30s. I'm in my 40s. I'm in my 50s. And so often we don't go to the doctor to get a physical done until often it's too late. Or if you're lucky, you have a warning shot where all of a sudden something happens to your body. God forbid you have a heart attack or you're a stroke, and they look and they're like, oh my goodness, you're diabetic, you have super high cholesterol, your blood pressure's through the roof. Like, you only get one shot at this thing called life. There is no warm up in life. So my thing to you is, if you have not got a physical done in years, I need you, excuse me. I'm sorry. I need you to make an appointment and go face the doctor and with that, get a full panel of blood work done, which the doctors normally do when you get a physical. And if you are somebody in your mid 40s or older, then ask your doctor to get the CT scan of your heart. At least start there to see if you have any plaque buildup, because you need to get out in front of these things before it's too late. So I share this because I know so many people are not willing to go to the doctor, or they say they're too busy, or they're not doing it. And then next thing you know, it's too late. So I'm sharing this so hopefully you guys understand the importance, even knowing my story, that even somebody that's healthy, I consider myself healthy and fit and strong. And if I want to go out right now and run a half marathon, I can go out and run a half marathon. I just got a message from a buddy of mine. Do you want to run another trail race? I ran a 10K trail race. He goes, you want to run another one this weekend? I can go do that because I know my body is fit to do that. So you may also be saying, David, I'm healthy, I'm fit. Well, so am I. And look at me. My cholesterol is a little high, and I have a little bit of plaque buildup in one of my arteries. So even if you're healthy and fit, you need to go get checked out at least once a year. And if you are somebody that hasn't went in years, then I need you to make an appointment and to stop. Sometimes I hear so often, I'm scared, I don't want to hear the results. Well, you know what? Your kids need you. Your family needs you. Your coworkers need you. So by you not going and taking care of yourself, you're being extremely selfish. It's a fear that you need to face. If there's results that aren't what you want and you have high cholesterol or high blood pressure, guess what? At least you're alive to hear about it, and you can do something about it. You can start exercising. You can change your diet. The doctor can put you on a medication to help you so you can live a long, happy, fulfilled life. So today's podcast, this message for all you guys is to urge everybody listening to this to go out there and get a physical done and get blood work done. And if you're older, to get your heart checked and to do the things necessary to make sure you are okay. And then paired with that, at the same time, every single day, make sure you're taking care of your body and eating healthy and exercising. Because let me tell you this, it will catch up with you. You know, maybe in your teens and your 20s and 30s, you will get away with not exercising and eating crappy food, or maybe exercising and eating crappy food. So you're doing one of the two. But let me tell you something. If your lifestyle is not a combination of eating healthy food and exercising, I don't care what anybody says, it's going to catch up with you. Because I'm in my late 40s and it's not, in a way, it's caught up with me. Not even the bad things. You know, to be honest, I'm looking forward to going to the doctor, the cardiologist, to talk more about this. But I could tell you my high blood pressure, if I wasn't monitoring it, I would have never knew I had it. And that was hereditary. But I'm on top of it, and my blood pressure is very good right now. So it's going to catch up with you. And I'm going to leave you with this last quote that I heard in this last little story before I go, is that Tony Horton, who's the creator of P90X, and was one of the super trainers with Beachbody. He's in his mid-60s now. He's in unbelievable shape. When I was building my direct sales business with Beachbody, I became close with Tony. I went with him on his New York City media tour on different news stations for the promotion of his newest program at the time called 22-Minute Hardcore, and we were eating breakfast in between video shoots of promoting his program, and we were having breakfast, and he ordered, egg whites, full of vegetables. He got a dry piece of whole grain toast, and he had club soda. And he said this one thing to me, this one quote, and I want to share it with you guys. And he said, David, food is health, exercise is fitness. And I was like, wow. He goes, food is health, exercise is fitness. He goes, exercising makes you fit. But all the things that people deal with, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, all those things, being overweight, that's from the food that we eat. And that's truly what makes you healthy. It's the food that you eat. And for me, it was eye-opening. I mean, I know in the last couple of weeks, eating keto and eating the bad fats made my cholesterol jump by 30 points. Like, I was exercising, I was feeling good, but it wasn't good for my body. So food is health, exercise is fitness. But the only way you're going to know where you really stand is by going to the doctor and getting a physical done. So get out there. I'm ending with this. Get a physical done. If you haven't got one done, get it done. You need to face it. People around you need you here for a long time. Stop playing with your body. Stop playing with your health. Even if you feel good, go get yourself checked, get your blood work done, get your heart checked, and do all the things. So, guys, that's my message for you guys today. A little bit of a personal story. I'm letting you know I'm on top of it, but I wanted to share that because if there's one person that can hear this, or one person that's watching this on YouTube or watching this podcast, if there's one person that can go and get checked and catches something that they can get taken care of, whatever which way, medication, exercise, diet, and you live a longer life, then I know this was worth it, and my job is done, because every single day my goal is to help all of you, to serve all of you, to make an impact in the world in a positive way. And I hope by me sharing my story that you will go out there and take care of your life so that you live the best story for your life. So, guys, thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Personal Perseverance Project. My goal every single day is to help people live up to their fullest potential. So please share this episode, subscribe to my channel, and maybe even leave a review. Be sure to connect and follow me on all my social media channels. And if you would like more information about me potentially being a keynote speaker at your event, or maybe you want to work with me one-on-one as your private coach, be sure to go to my website at davidatkinsspeaks.com for more information. Thank you.